Alright guys, some people have been wanting it, and I know it's been a while, but I've been going through some things in life, so yeah. But I'm back, and I'm here to do this video. This is what if Luffy had 6 dope fruits. So, I'm going to be retconning some of the things I said in the other video, because I just rewatched it to get a loop on. We'll do a time skip to where Luffy is 14, so at the beginning of his journey. I also forgot to mention that he didn't train him completely, he taught him basic stuff. He taught him the basics of basic hockey observation, but he was mainly on his own. Shanks was just there for like guidance. So he also had his adventures with Ace and Sabo and still has that connection with them. Now that that's being done, we'll start with the story. So after the time skip, we see Luffy go into the barrel, as we saw before, as he breaks out of it and he sees Kobe. After they do the whole shebang, he meets Alveda, or whatever her name is, and I'll go into a little bit of detail about the fight because it's going to be a quick one though. So Luffy used his gum fruit to punch, and he curved the punch around. Alveda used her thing to make him punch the spikes.
What happened?
Hold on 1 second, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry guys for that interruption. I'm sorry. But yeah, so as Luffy throws a punch at Alveda, she blocks it with the spike thing, making Luffy injure his hand. He pulls it back, and he decides, alright. So he runs up and slides under her and punches her in the chest. When she's in there, he used Gum Gatling to punch her really a lot of times, and then Alveda's down. So after he gets over and does, all the things he does once he gets to the Marine headquarters, we see him walking up and going to talk to Zoro. The difference between this one and normal Zoro is I didn't finish all the devil fruits. So once Luffy gets there, he sees that Zoro is in trouble. So he goes and does the same thing, like ask if he needs help. Zoro says no, blah 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 blah, and he's like, alright, I respect that. But he does give him some food. This Luffy is a lot more smarter than the one we know, but he still has the goofy thing, alright? So once he gets back to the hub and he hears Helmeppo saying that he was never going to let Zoro live and he was going to kill him after the time, Luffy gets pissed off, and unlike in canon where he just punches him once, he beats all of his guards, he beats the dog, and he beats Helmeppo up and starts dragging him to the court where Zoro is. Kobe is trying to tell him to stop and not to do this. Hold on, give me a second. And when he's doing this, oh, give me a second. Okay, so since he's doing that, he is, dragging him up to it, and he throws him right in front of Zoro. Zoro's confused and is like, why have you done this? Like, why is he burning me? Luffy looks at him with a serious face and says, because he wasn't planning on releasing you. His whole plan was to make you stay here and then kill you, even when you listened and did what he wanted to do. And Helmeppo was like, no, he's lying. I would never do such a thing. I am the son of Axe-Hand Morgan. I stick to my word. As Luffy raises a fist and Helmeppo flinches and says, fine, I wasn't gonna let you live. You insulted me and you deserved it. And because of this, Luffy says, so, are you gonna take my offer now and join my crew? As he says this, a bunch of guys, like a bunch of Marines, come around and start to aim their guns at him. And Zoro says, yes, but I need my swords back. From out of nowhere, Zoro sees another Luffy pop up and grab and hand him his sword. Zoro's confused as shit and he's like, what the fuck? But he takes the swords and Luffy cuts him loose. Luffy looks at them and he does Gum Gum Balloon and reflects all the bullets back at them. Yeah. Because of this, Axe-Hand Morgan comes out and, well, I think it's safe to say that, this Luffy mollywops Axe-Hand Morgan. Once they do this, they drop off Kobe to the area, to like the what's it called? Fuck. They leave Kobe at the Marine base. So once we get to the Marine base, we have Zoro and Luffy, and as per usual, Luffy gets fucking abducted by a seagull, and he gets dropped off at the island, like where he would in canon. Once he gets there, he realizes that something ain't right with the town, and there's some kind of conflict going on. I'm sorry. Because of this, he goes and looks around the town to see what's going on. And as in canon, Luffy runs into Nami, and she does the whole "this is my boss" thing. But before she can run off, a thing of Luffy pops up and grabs her, and says, you ain't going nowhere. As Luffy proceeds to make a couple more, and he's talking to Nami, they're beating the fuck out of the dudes. Luffy says, so, what the fuck was that for? What do you mean? What do you mean? You literally just fucking said that I was your boss, and I don't even fucking know you, so who are you? The name's Nami, I'm a navigator. Why did they want you? Well, they're just trying to chase me down. Luffy looks her in the eyes and says, tell me the truth, I know you're lying, you can't lie to me. As she repeatedly insists that she's telling the truth. Luffy looks at her with a serious face and says, answer the damn question or you're going to turn out like them. She says, fine, I stole one of their maps to the Grand Line. You happy now? And Luffy has the same smile as he does in the picture. Oh, really? Do you know the name of the fucking captain? No, I don't know, but he's a fucking clown. That's all I know. Perhaps? Does he have a giant red nose? Yeah. What would that have anything to do with it? Oh. This is gonna be fun. You're coming with me. Luffy pulls Nami all the way to where Buggy is and starts to say, hello, is anyone here? As he sends the clones to take out the other losers, the fucking Beast Rider, the swordsman. Zoro's also taken on the swordsman as per canon. But instead of Luffy fighting the dude, it's his clone. So he goes and confronts Buggy, and Buggy's confused and doesn't know who the fuck this is. And Luffy says, I fucking knew it! You're Buggy! Oh. Hey, Shanks told me to say if I ever see you, tell him to say hi. As Buggy looks at Luffy and says, how the fuck do you know Shanks? Oh, well, to put it lightly, he's a good friend of mine. And I've heard a lot of interesting things about you, You seem very confident in your power. Well, and a lot of things. But you can't have this girl, because she's coming with me. Nami's like, what the fuck? I never agreed to this. It's either this or I leave you with them, and most likely they're gonna end up killing you because you stole something of theirs. Take the choice. Be my navigator, because I'll treat you right. I'll give you everything you need to survive, and if you ever need help, I will go and do it. You can tell I have the power. But if you want to stay here and get, that's up to you. I prefer if you didn't, because I don't want you to die. But it's up to you. Stomach size. It's not like I really have a choice. As Buggy's like, excuse me, I'm still here. You're just gonna ignore about me? No, you can't do that. The fuck? Luffy looks at him and says, shh, 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 shh. The adults are talking. We need a second. The adults are talking. Calm down, child. As Buggy gets pissed off, and he launches one of his hands at Luffy as Luffy dodges, and Buggy's like, whew, what the fuck? Luffy turns his head around backwards and looks at him in the eyes. I said the adults are talking. As Buggy's like, what the fuck is with this kid? So Buggy starts to attack Luffy, and Buggy throws a right punch. Luffy's dodge to the left, right. He's just fucking weaving every single one of his punches. That man looks like he's on X Games World, alright? That man ain't even getting near him, alright? So because of this, Buggy's like, oh, okay. So he starts to prepare the Buggy ball, and he gets his happy ass the fuck out of there and tries to blow Luffy up with a Buggy ball. When he shoots it, though, it stops in midair, and it goes flying in the other direction.
I gotta
go. Alright, bye, Aubrey. Oh god, I'm so sorry for the more descriptions. I think that might be the last one. But so because of this, Luffy is using a special power fruit. He's using one of his other devil fruits. As he does this and throws it into the ocean so it doesn't destroy the town. Because of this, Buggy's fucking shitting himself because he just fucking threw his Buggy bomb into the fucking stratosphere. So because of this, he's shitting himself. Well, after this, Buggy finally fucking realizes, oh shoot, I think my best chance is to get the fuck out of here. Which I can't even blame him. It's smart of him. So he does that, and he starts to fucking run to try and get out of there. But it ain't working. So what ends up happening is Luffy just fucking uses his Gum fruit and uses Gum spring, which he turns his legs into springs and just jumps super high. And he looks around and he sees Buggy, and he uses Gum grappling and fucking pins his ass to the ground as he does what he did in canon, and he just tied up his limbs and then just bazookaed him to the next stratosphere. After this, they have a couple more scuffles with the bit of, enemies. The Buggy clowns. But, he gets past it, Kicks all their asses. So, after this, he gets Nami, they go on the ship, and they steal one of the Buggy the Clown's flags. The ships. So, now they have a ship of their own. So, after this, they go and they start sailing, and they end up at Usopp's Island. Once they get there, they see Usopp, blah, blah, and the whole issue about blah, 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 carrion thing. But Luffy follows Usopp one day to, go see her, to see, why he's talking about her so much. And when he goes there, and the butler, kicks him out, he realizes something ain't right with the butler. That man's suspicious. He looks familiar. So when he does this, he looks and sees. He goes back in his memory and thinks, "Where have I seen this before? Where have I seen?" And it finally hits him. He's a pirate captain. I can't remember the fucking name of the ship. That was fucking episode fucking 50. I don't know. I'm over here on episode 800. 800. So but so he realizes that, oh shit, he's most likely not here for good intentions. Pirates undercover normally aren't here for the best of intentions. So because of this, he ends up telling Usopp this, and Usopp was like, "Well, we should go and beat him, blah 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 blah." And it's like, no, we can't do that, because if we just do that immediately, what proof do we have that he actually is? We will look like the bad guys, and yeah, do you want that? Because you most likely would be kicked out of your village. And he's like, Usopp is like, oh, that's true. So Luffy says, come with me, and we'll make a plan with the rest of the gang, and we'll decide what we do from there. So Usopp listens and comes with fucking Luffy to go and make a plan. They strategize and they think about a plan. So the plan is that there's the I think it was east and west Vale, and they think he's most likely gonna end up calling fucking enemies. Calling in reinforcements. So what they do is they have Luffy's clones guard one of the entrances and they guard the other one. So that way, even if there is another entrance, like if they go through either entrance, they're going to have resistance, and the clones can transfer the information to Luffy to tell them what they're doing, and they can all go that way. So once the day of it comes, Luffy doesn't get any signals from clones because they see a ship pull up, and after they do the fight, and he realizes that these guys are weak. There's no way that they're strong enough to take down the entire village. As when he says this, the dude in the back says, Jamon, you are feeling stronger. You are stronger. And all of a sudden, all the guys get up and they are ridiculously stronger. As Luffy can handle them, but it's just the sheer numbers. Because, you gotta remember, there's 50 of them. Luffy is not used to 50 people on him. So he's getting tossed around a little bit, and he ain't liking that. So he bursts into Marco's Phoenix Flames and starts healing himself. As he has boosted speed now, he starts to fucking wreck them. And because of this, the Jamon dude fucking realizes, ah shit, we gotta call the captain. Once the captain gets here, he looks at Luffy and says, so this is the guy who was giving you the problems? A 14-year-old child. As he pushes his glasses up with his palms, how pathetic have you become in my stead? As he puts his gloves on, I'll take care of this nuisance. As he starts to run at Luffy, as Luffy starts dodging, every single time he throws a punch, Luffy dodges. So he'll throw a right punch, Luffy will dodge and hit him in the left rib. He'll do this repeatedly to wear him down, and then he ends up smacking him in the stomach really hard. He coughs up some blood. Because of this, he realizes this ain't gonna work. He's keeping up with my movements too. So he does the attack where he just blindly attacks at speed. So Luffy knows what haki is, but he can't use it all the time. He has access to it and he knows what haki. He knows that he has all the types of haki, but he doesn't know all of them. He doesn't know how to use them when he wants them. So they'll pop up randomly when he needs them until he properly learns how to control them. Because Shanks mainly let him learn what he learned through experience and shit. So because of this, Luffy can't really see him. And what Luffy ends up doing is he goes down on his feet. He puts his hand down and he starts to emulate smoke. The smoke starts to get thicker and thicker. As all of a sudden, everything becomes black. Without a second hesitation, Luffy starts to emit a serious aura. An aura that is fucking terrifying. As Luffy does this, his eyes turn white, and he starts to slowly track the dude and says, "It is time for this to end. You will pay for your transgressions against me. I will make you pay the ultimate price. Feel the wrath of a god." As all of a sudden, the dude stops in his tracks, and you see Luffy right behind him, and he has the dude's heart in his hand as he crushes it. You will not have peace. And that's where we're gonna end it for today. I hope you like it. I know it's a little bit like thing, and I haven't done a what if in a while, so I'm kind of out of my game, you know. But I did try to make this entertaining for you guys, so I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, so that's it. Goodbye, my bros and my bitches and bros and binary hoes. I hope you enjoyed this what if, and tell me if you want another part. I'll see you in the next video.